Hello dear class 9 champions, my dear lovely kids, look at this book, your favorite Ganita Manjari. So what I found, lot of students were asking to me, sir, we are facing various problems in solving the Ganita Manjari questions. Even in exercise questions, we are stucking a lot. We are facing a lot of difficulties. So my dear champions, listen, this book is entirely different from your NCERT textbook in the view of question standard. But if I talk about the theory, the formulas, everything are same as per the previous book NCERT. But here in Ganit Manjari NCERT, this is also NCERT textbook, but the name is different, Ganit Manjari. If I talk about this book, champions, so in this book, the questions labeled, the questions are from your day-to-day life. The questions are real life application based, and such questions required your conceptual clarity. If your concept is not clear, you know the formula, but how to use the formula, how to execute the formula, this is the demand of Ganit Manjari textbook. So there are few mistakes you guys are making while doing the questions. So many students are, they are facing various kind of problem in exercise question, and few students are having difficulties in end-to-end exercise questions. End-to-end, I hope you know, in every chapter, in every exercise, there is a last exercise and which is end-to-end exercise, and the questions in that particular exercise are little conceptual questions, right? Okay. So now let's talk about what kind of mistakes you all are making while solving Ganit Manjari and what kind of improvements you guys required to make your Ganit Manjari concept clear, to make your confidence higher in this particular textbook, that is Ganit Manjari. So let's start this video. Big mistakes you are making while solving Ganit Manjari questions. I know this is new big book. CBSE has made little changes. CBSE has imposed, the new pattern in your curriculum, in your academics, and in this is the new book that is launched by CBSE. And see, my dear champion, CBSE is looking forward to catch the students. Earlier, what you guys were following, this methodology you guys were following, rote learning. Now, CBSE is looking the student who not only memorize the formula, who knows the concepts. If you are able to apply formula, if you are able to apply formulas in your daily life, it means you are a student. Only mugging up the formula, just memorizing the formulas, this is not good thing for a student. To apply the formula, to solve the problems from your day-to-day life, this is the requirement as per your, if I talk about the present era, in present world, if you want to survive in crowd, so your execution should be clear. Your execution, your critical thinking, your problem solving skills should be strong. Then only you will be able to get a good job, good, environment. You will be able to improve your life. You will be able to go out of the boundaries to do something wonder in your life, right? If you are following rote learning, this is not a good thing for students. Instead, you have to focus on your conceptual clarity. Chase marks. You guys are chasing marks, no? But don't chase marks. Chase concepts. If you are chasing marks only, you guys are just digging yourself. Don't do this. So let's begin the video. Big mistakes you are making while solving the Ganit Manjari. So new book means new style of questions. Old habits will cost your marks. So if this is new book, so your ideas also should be new. Your ideas, your concept should also be updated. New version, right? Okay. So let's talk about the first point, mistakes with the new book itself. So what is the mistake here is, most of the students are making in class 9th. So first is memorizing formulas, skipping the why. Now, my dear champion, as per the CBSE, why CBSE has, released this new textbook, new academic, new curriculum structure. Why? Because CBSE is stopping that previous culture, the old tradition that you guys were following, rote learning. Just mugging up the formula. Mugging up the formulas. Now Please don't do this. Stop doing this. Now you have to focus on why. Why? How? These two words are very important as per the present academic curriculum. For example, if I ask you a question, calculate the area of a circular garden of radius 3 centimeter. Calculate the area of circular garden of radius 3 centimeter. So this is very basic question. You only need formula. Area of circle, because the garden is circular. So area of circle is equal to pi r square. This is the old tradition questions, old, that you guys had been following so far now, till now. But now, as per the new CBSE pattern, as per the new curriculum that you guys have, the questions will look like, let me give you, same questions will be there, but the language of question will be entirely different. For example, what should be the total area of bricks used to make for the flooring of a circular garden? There is a circular garden, and what should be the total area of brick used for the flooring of that garden? Now this question has become from your day-to-day life. You have a circular garden in your home and you want to floor that circular garden with the help of brick. So what should be the area of total brick that has used there? So this question is now your competency based question. Again, same formula will be used, because the total area of the brick that will be used there is equal to area of the circular garden. But the question language has changed. This is the difference between why. So why we require to calculate the area? Because we are using brick to cover up the circular garden for the flooring of circular garden. So why should come in your mind? Why we should calculate the area of that circular garden? So question are basically same. Both the questions are same. But the language of second question is little different from this. Now that question has become, competency based question. This is the requirement. So my dear, don't rely only on formula. Don't follow the rote learning procedure. Only mugging up the formula will cost you, champion. Okay, second point. Skipping activities and figure. Let me show you. This is Ganita Manjari textbook. Okay. And look, here. This is first chapter, orienting yourself. Can you see the diagram here? This diagram is given to you and few explanations. Don't skip these things. Before moving to the question directly, please make sure to solve these questions. Activities. These things will be giving you clarity of concepts. And once you are confident, now you are ready to do the questions from exercise. If you are directly jumping to exercise without knowing the concepts, without knowing the formula which will be used there, you can't do the question from exercise and your confidence will drastically down suddenly. So better to solve the, these are the activities. Can you see? Think and reflect. First few informations are given there, graph, and few questions. Think and reflect. Do these things. Don't skip a single line. Look, for example, look, setting in. So the diagram is given, few explanation is given, what is 2D Cartesian system, and then exercise starts. So do these first. Okay, if I take one more example here, okay, one more example, Introduction to Linear Polynomial, which is your second chapter. Now look, before starting exercise, say 2.1, there are few activities, few diagrams, few activities, think and reflect. Do these things first. Read everything, each and every line. Don't skip a single line. Don't skip a single word. And after you have done with these things, now you can start exercise questions from here. Are you getting my point? This is my request to you all. So skipping activities, figure, which is very bad, which is very dangerous for you all. So don't do this. Don't skip activities. I hope you guys are getting my point. Don't skip activities or whatever, figure and all. Don't skip the figures. This is my genuine suggestion to you all. I'm not sharing anything very, very special and very demanding. I'm not sharing those. I'm sharing you with genuine point that you need champions. If you want to score good in Ganita Manjari, in your maths, then please don't do this. Topper never skip a single word. Topper never skip a single line. Everything that is printed in your textbook is very relevant and very important for you. Moving ahead. Okay. Now let's decode chapter wise. Decode everything that you required in according to chapter. So if we decode coordinates, the coordinates means Cartesian, orienting yourself, chapter number 1. So if we talk about chapter number 1 to 4, coordinates, polynomials and identities. So mistakes that eat your marks silently. Let me show you what kind of mistakes you generally made. So basically what happens now, sign confusion on the coordinate system. Many students are still having confusion in sign. So what happens, for example, I have this x-axis and this is y-axis. Many students. So you know x-axis, this is positive, all the numbers to the right side of origin positive, and here all the numbers are negative. Y-axis, all are positive here and all are negative here. So my dear champion, this coordinate will be what? Positive, positive. All the positive x value, all the positive y value will lie in the first quadrant. This is called first quadrant. If I talk about in second quadrant, negative and positive will lie, and always write x coordinate first in bracket. And in third quadrant, this is third quadrant, negative will be there because x is negative, y is negative. If I talk about fourth quadrant champion, so this will be positive, negative, x is positive, y is negative. So sign confusion should not be there in coordinate, in coordinate geometry, in orienting yourself, chapter number 1. If you are still having problem in sign, how you will be able to apply questions, how you will be able to get, correct answer. You can't, champions, right? So first, please remove this problem, sign convention on the Cartesian plane, right? And in polynomials, what happens now? In polynomials, what problem the most of the students are facing? The difference between what? Monomial, binomial and trinomial. It should be clear. The types of polynomials, how many types of polynomials are there? This is very important, right? And zeros, what is called zeros, what is called solution of a quadratic polynomial, and what are called roots. My dear champion, class 9th, all the words are same. If I ask you, find the zeros of a quadratic polynomial, find the solutions of a quadratic polynomial, find the roots of a quadratic polynomial, all are same, Please, my dear champion. So, basics, your basics should be clear. Some student thinks that solving the difficult questions, it means we are preparing well for the exam. No, my dear champion. If you are directly jumping to the difficult questions, skipping the basics one, it means that your foundation is becoming very weak. And once your foundation is weak, you can't perform well direct in exam. So my dear, don't jump to the difficult question end-to-end exercise directly. Don't do this. Always solve exercise questions. Always make your foundation stronger. Foundation. Please don't skip the foundation period. Foundation period is very important. Don't try to solve difficult questions in the starting. Okay. Moving ahead. Okay. Mistakes in the newest chapter. So in class 9th, if I talk about, there are two chapters. Very first time CBSE has introduced, NCERT has introduced the chapter. So basically, the chapter is predicting what comes next, exploring sequence. So earlier this chapter was in class 10th, and even in present time this chapter is also in class 10th maths book, and you guys are studying, 9th class students are studying this chapter for the first time in their maths textbook, and the chapter name is, sequence and series. Basically the chapter name is very long name, predicting what comes next and exploring sequences. So sequences, this is called sequence and series. So in this chapter, you guys have to study AP, GP and HP. Three things. AP and GP are in very detailed form, but HP is little bit. Just basic questions are there for HP. but AP and GP both are in very detailed form. Lot of questions are there. So I know this is the first time class 9 students are studying this chapter sequence, and I know you might be having little problem in that. So by the way, champion, listen. So my suggestion would be for all the class 9 students, let me show you the beauty of this chapter. So what you need to do, okay, let's come to the chapter. Let's come to the chapter. And the chapter is, yeah. So my dear, this is the chapter where chapter starts. Listen, this is the chapter. This is the chapter. Predicting what comes next, exploring sequence and progression. Okay. So what you need to do, don't go to the exercise. Exercise starts from here, exercise 8.1. And before exercise 8.1, lot of theoretical analysis is there. Stories are there. Please read everything carefully, calmly. Don't be such in hurry, yeah, I have to do question directly. You are not topper, guys. You guys are studying for the first time. So you can't solve question directly from exercise. So instead what you should do, please read everything. Natural number, odd number, think and reflect. What are called sequence? What does it mean by progression? Lot of things are there. Please study everything. And when you have done with these things, okay, when you have done with these things, now try to solve the question from exercise. And you should have clarity. Difference between these three. Difference between what? Difference between AP, GP and HP. AP is called arithmetic progression. This is called arithmetic progression. When the numbers are increasing by with equal constant difference. When the numbers are equal at its additive difference, basically 2, 4, 6, 8, 3, 6, 9, 10. When the numbers are increasing in additive form. But GP is what? GP is called geometric progression. This is called geometric progression. When the numbers are in progression but in multiplicative form. For example, 4, 8, 16, 30. Look, 4 to the 8, 8 to the 16, 16 to the 30. So the numbers are increasing but in multiplicative form. But AP is what? When the numbers are increasing in additive form. For example, 5 plus 10 plus 15 plus 5 again, so on. Look the difference. And if I talk about HP, HP is called harmonic progression. Harmonic progression. And when the numbers are increasing but in reciprocal form. 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 by 6, look, the numbers are increasing in reciprocal form. So this is all about champions. So I know this is the new chapter. So you required clear difference between all these, clear difference, right? And please read the activities. Lot of activities are there. Okay, Viranka, Fibonacci sequence, and what is arithmetic progression, all the definition, all the concepts in theoretical form given there. So read everything, visualizing the AP. Now about GP. So then you start doing questions from your exercise. Okay. So let me give you four steps that you should fix for your plan champion to score at least 95 in your maths Ganita Manjari. So the first that I would like to advise here is read the story first. I know in every question there is long story given. For example, exercise 2.3 from introduction to linear polynomial. The question is, a student has rupees 500 in her savings bank account. She gets rupees 150 every month as pocket money. How much money will she have at the end of every month from the second month onwards? Find a linear expression to represent the amount she will have in the nth month. So read the question carefully, because I know 4-5 lines are given there. So questions are little lengthy because I have already told you the questions are from your day-to-day life application based questions, right? So read the language, read the story carefully, read the comprehension, theoretical part given there, then start which formula you should use, which formula to be used, how to do calculation, everything will be in your control. But first, what you have to do? Read the story first. Every chapter opens with a context or dialogue. Read it, exam case studies, and Next, solve in-text boxes. So there are few in-text questions are given. For example, example questions and before the exercises. So solve all the questions. Figure it out in activity. Verify with numbers. Test identities, formulas, and probabilities with the small numbers before trusting them. Okay. Fourth is explain it aloud. If you can explain why to a friend in 2 minutes, you actually understand the how. So my dear champion, you have to focus on why and how if you want to become expert in Ganit Manjari champion. Now, following the rote learning method in your academics will not work in exam because this is not the requirement of CBSE. CBSE is looking forward to get the student who follows the concept, who don't chase only marks, who chase concepts clarity. Right, everyone? Okay. So thank you so much for watching the video. If you really love this video, don't forget to share this video with your friends and my dear class 9th champions. If you want strategy chapter wise, if you are having any problem in any particular chapter, do let me know in comment section. I will be giving you the solution for that problem that you guys are facing nowadays. You don't need to worry about it. You have so much of time. My dear, half yearly exam is on the way. So you guys required proper planning and a strategy so that you could ensure good marks in your board, in your exam. Right, everyone? Thank you so much for watching. And one the best part, if you have improved this competency clarity, competency based question, competency clarity, everyone. If you have become habitual to give value to concept, not marks, it will be helping you out in class 10th, everyone. Trust me. It will be helping you out, positively in class 10th. Because same pattern is class 10th. Same pattern we have been following in class 10th also. Right? The students will be getting competency based question in board exam 2027. Right? Same procedure is there. They are not following they are not memorizing the formula. They all are following concepts. Right? Because if you go and see the analytics, the level of question paper of board 2026, the paper was a little lengthy, not because of calculation, because of the language of the question. Big questions were there. Lengthy questions were there. Even a single question had multiple concepts. So my dear, if you guys are following this procedure, this methodology of study in class 9th, it will be genuinely helping you out in class 10th. So this is the right time to build your foundation stronger. I hope you are getting my points. Thank you so much for watching. Stay blessed, everyone. And if you are having any problem in maths, Ganit Manjari, please do let me know in comment section. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Take care.